Okay.
Oh, it says record.
It's today the 9th.
Yes, ma'am.
So happy May 9th. And I'm so glad you guys are here. And I have a whole bunch of stuff that I want to talk to you about. And I'm on the wrong screen. Why isn't it working? Oh, there it is. Okay. So, oh, Angela. How come is she not able to get on either? Oh, she's going to bed. Okay, that's okay, Angela. You come when you can. My mouse just died. There we go. Okay, come on. Sorry, this mouse is not working. I wonder if it's because the other screen is off. So basically, I'm getting a feel from a lot of you who just showed up. Sandra! Hi, Sandra. How are you? Can you hear me? She's looking at me funny. I don't think she can hear me. Sandra.
Hi.
Oh, you can hear me.
Tori.
Everybody meet Sandra. Sandra joined under Allison. But I met Sandra at Allison's party months and months ago before Allison joined my team. And we all knew that Sandra was going to join, but it wasn't the right time. And time is here, and she is here. Okay, so as I was saying, I'm getting kind of the same vibe. We're getting a vibe from most of the team that you guys are feeling a little overwhelmed, some of you, and that some of you are feeling like you just can't get motivated and get done what needs to get done. So what I want to start with, so you lucky ladies that are online, what I want to start with is I want you guys to, and we'll start with Rhonda, and I'm going to go across the way that I see it on my screen. And I'll go first, but I want you guys to tell me something that is going really, really well. Let's celebrate something. It doesn't have to be business related. Actually, you know what, Lo? I want to hear a business thing, and I want to hear a personal. So 2 things that are going good for you, and you don't have to elaborate. All I want you to do is do those 2 things. It's really important that we start off talking positively. It's gonna be a really deep call tonight. So no, you know what, Rhonda, you go ahead and we'll go.
Oh, God.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, I was in the middle of a yawn.
I can go first. I don't care. Do you want me to go first, or do you want to
go first?
Okay, so for personal, I'm celebrating the fact that for the last 2 weeks, I have been telling myself that I'm healthy, and I've been believing that I'm healthy, and I went to an appointment on Friday, and my blood pressure was normal, so I'm very, very excited about that. It's a big deal for me, considering what's going on in my medical world right now. And business, I have like a really kick-ass setup here. Do you guys want to see it really quick? So this is what I'm celebrating. Like, look at this. So I'm on my laptop, and I have monitor number 1 and monitor number 2.
Oh my God.
And I know it sounds crazy, and don't go out and do this, guys, because it's been crazy for me to fix it.
I work like that every day at my office.
I know, right? But I have to say, okay, so Kim gets it. I get it. Much more organized.
I get it too. I have 5.
Do you have 5? Oh my
5
God.
computers at work.
That's like my husband. So they're all, so I only have, like during the day, I just use the 2 monitors to the 1 computer, but I can like take stuff and copy it to something else. So it's really cool. Anyways, I told us not to elaborate, and I elaborated. Okay, Rhonda, go.
I haven't had a chance to think. Oh my God.
First thing that pops in your head, what's been going good for you with your personal life?
31.
Yeah. Well,
that's kind of
slow. Well, it's kind of personal and business, but slowly trying to get organized. I still have to figure out that stupid Google Calendar and Asana thing to help you.
Don't figure out Google Calendar. That's a waste of time. All you want is just a visual. Don't do that. We'll discuss that on Friday. Don't do that.
Okay.
It's a waste of time.
Okay.
Okay, business.
Oh, can I just go back to personal for a sec?
Yeah.
Because I'm totally into that book, The Secret.
Really?
Yeah, really. Huh. Did you guess?
Some would
And-
say I'm crazy to tell you guys to read this book and that it's
No.
focus bullshit, but
No.
I'll tell you something. My life's different.
You know that when I work in housekeeping at work, I am always totally freaking exhausted. Yesterday, I was not.
Ooh.
Because I was doing my self-talk, my thankful, grateful stuff on my way to work.
Good for you.
And I actually stayed awake till like 9:30 last night, which is unheard of when I'm working in housekeeping.
Good for you.
So, yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
It's a freaking awesome book.
You know what? And it's not for everyone. It really isn't.
No, I know.
And I was asked to read it back in November. Alicia said to me, you need to read this book. I started it. I couldn't read it. I thought
It's hard to get into.
It is. But my mindset back in February, March, my mindset was something's got to change. Something's got to change. And it's got to change quick. And I went back to the book and I was like, oh my God, I can actually read this now. It's not like fluff and crap. Right?
Yeah.
So, okay.
And I've always believed in asking the universe anyways. So
I never thought to ask the universe anything. I thought I had to work hard to get results. And you do.
You do.
But you've got to believe that your results or that your work is going to give you results. And if you don't believe that the work's going to give you results, the universe is not going to give you results.
That's right. And I've always believed if you have a negative attitude and you expect something bad to happen, something bad will happen.
Yep. Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thanks, Rhonda. Okay, Kim, go. Business, personal, or either one. Like either way.
Which one first?
You pick.
Well, I've been reading the book, so that is a bit personal, and putting it out there. And as a result, have got a few orders and have, feelers out for a couple of parties, whether it be a Facebook one or an in-home. I'm waiting to hear back on that.
Awesome.
So, I have it on my phone, so I hook it up to the speaker in my car, and I've been listening to it because I got a 45-minute drive to work to and from every day. So I've been listening to it and telling myself, this traffic isn't bad. I'm going to get there in a few minutes.
You.
So business-wise, that's been good. It's working. Personal-wise, just got back from training for my run. And I did it in 43 minutes, 5K. And so we did it in 43 minutes tonight, which is 2 minutes off of our last time.
That's awesome.
And down 54 pounds in total now since January.
That's amazing, Kim. That's amazing. Good for you.
Yeah. So in a way, I was doing The Secret before The Secret, but.
And you'll realize that as you go through the book, you'll realize that. Yeah. But we get off track, right? So like I finished it and I've had to go back and start reading it again because it's not in my head anymore.
Yeah.
Back to keep it in my head, right? You got to live it and breathe it. Thanks, Kim. Miss Patricia, you're up.
Hello.
What are you celebrating?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. So my personal is that spring and summer is finally here.
Yes.
And I'm excited. We opened the cottage 2 weekends ago and we're starting the cottage season. So I'm excited about that.
Nice.
My business is that I will be reaching the 1K at the end of May.
Whoop, whoop. That is awesome. Congratulations.
Me too.
I'm hoping to.
Yeah. Hoping to.
You are going to.
I
I
am
am
happy and grateful for more than enough money to live comfortably, to be in the 4K, for my fantastic health, for my happy and content and healthy family. Yeah, right. And for 7 parties this month and $5,000 PD. It's already happened. I'm thankful for it.
Oh, and I'm going to conference.
Yes, you are.
I booked it off work today. It's done.
Oh my gosh! Yay! Kim, I'm so excited for you. That's
Thank you.
awesome.
I just have to get there and get back. However I do that, I don't
Don't
know.
worry about that. We'll figure it out. Okay,
Yep.
thank you, Patricia.
You're welcome.
Amanda,
Hello.
business and personal. What are you celebrating?
I don't know yet. My personal is just all crazy right now. So I'm really working on trying to just take some time for myself. So that's just half an hour in the morning. And if that's all it is, that's all it is.
Hey, celebrate that, woman.
So it's really hard to take some time for myself. My business, though, it's going amazing. I did the training for the catalog party. So I'm doing Alicia's step-by-step for the catalog party, and I'm going to get my hostess $1,000.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's a lot of work to set up everything, but it's worth it. And I want to do it step-by-step so she gets it. Because that's what Alicia says. If you don't follow it step by step, then it's not going to happen.
And once you set it up once, you've got the template to do it the next time and the next time.
Yeah, exactly.
What training is that?
Yeah, and I think it was in Profit Lab.
Oh,
right. The catalog, how to rock a 1K catalog party.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to be in 2K by the end of May.
Nice job.
Yep.
Woo-woo.
Yep. I'm working my butt off for it.
Thanks, Amanda. Good job. Okay, Sandra, you're up. I'm just going across.
Okay, my personal life. Well, I'm getting excited. Next weekend is our first weekend camping.
Woohoo!
So I'm excited to get the trailer out and do all that. Business, well, I guess it's been a week now and I have sales. I'm just hoping eventually I can get a party of some sort booked.
you will.
You will. You will.
Thank you.
And if we don't,
I think I might meet my first start swell.
nice. So if we don't get to that, Sandra, if we don't get to how to book parties and stuff in this call, I'll tag you because we do have a couple of other calls in the group that I've already done on it. Okay. Christine, I can see you. You got out of bed or are you still in bed?
I'm still in bed.
Okay, but you can tell. Carrie's always in bed for our calls. What are you celebrating?
Well, business, just trying to get back into things. It's really
Trying.
well. It's I know, but it's overwhelming. I find it makes my anxiety just go crazy.
Yep.
So, and I'm just one day at a time.
Good girl.
And personal, just going through getting my transfer to Aurelia for Costco. We bought our appliances for our new house last night.
Yay! That's exciting.
Yes.
Good
So,
stuff.
yeah.
Okay. So you just sat here and you all said these things that you're celebrating. So there's good things going on in your world. Okay. So when you start to think about, oh my God, I can't get a party booked and I can't do this and I can't do that, you need to look back at things that are going well. And something that I suggest you do, and I haven't done this, so I'm going to be doing this as well, is making a list of things that are good. What is really good in my life? So that on those days, and yesterday I was like on this super high and I was doing really, really well and I was in a really good space. But by mid-afternoon, something had transpired and I had shot down and my mood was done. And I wish that I had thought to have something in front of me that I could look at and go, but look at all these great things that you've accomplished. Look at all these great things that are going on. This over here, this is nothing compared to this big, huge list. Because when you make your list, it's going to be huge. So that's a task. That's a challenge for you ladies. You do not need to post that list in the team group, but I want you to shout out when you've done it, when you've completed your list, okay? But you don't have to post the actual list.
What, the thankful, grateful list?
Yeah, you can do a gratitude list, like a gratitude journal or whatever. Like I have stuff all over my office that says, you know, the things that I'm thankful and grateful for, but I don't have a list in front of my face of all the things that are going really, really well for me, business and personally, that I can look at when I'm starting to feel crappy and go, but look at this huge list of stuff compared to this one thing that's upsetting you right now. And I think for me, I'm a visual person. So to see that visual list will help me. A really good point that, so just for some of you that don't know, I'm trained under a woman named Alicia Willardson, and her training has really changed my life. So you'll hear me referring to some of the stuff that she says. And this is a really big thing that kind of hit me, which is we give the negativity more power than we give the positivity. So we're constantly focusing on all the negative stuff, but we're not looking at that positive, which is why I think it's really important that we have a list in front of us, or even if it's on your phone, so you can look at that and go, yeah, you know what, right now I'm feeling really overwhelmed because my boss did this, or my sister did this. But then you look at this list and you can see all the really good things that are going on. So that's something that I want you guys to try. And then we'll talk about, did it help? Like, does it work? Maybe it won't work for all of us. Maybe it only worked for some of us. So now we're going to talk about what are some of the things that we haven't done well. And we don't really have the time to go through every single one of us. So just think about this as I read it. So when thinking about things that you haven't done well, we're going to talk about our business, okay? So have you followed up with customers? Do you continue to build relationships with your customers? Do you offer solutions and value regularly to your customers and your closed group? Here's a really important one. Are you posting regularly in your closed group? Because this is important. And the reason why, I don't know if you guys know this, I've been studying from Facebook. I can never say the word algorithm. I've been studying up on this stuff. And when we stop posting in our closed customer groups on a daily basis or a regular basis, when we do post in it, that post doesn't get shoved to your members' newsfeed like it would if you were consistently posting. So you'll see in my team or my customer group, I post in there at least 3 or 4 times a day, not always about 31. Sometimes it's about, Kim, I should put you, Kim, you're not in my group. I need to put you back in, Kim, so that you can see. And you can steal the posts. You just have to put your own slant on them, okay? But it's really important that because that out of sight, out of mind is so real. So if your customers don't hear from you for months on end, or days on end, then when you do post in your customer group, they're like, oh, what's that? If it even shows up in their newsfeed. And if it shows up in their newsfeed, it's showing up really low, like it's showing up at the bottom. Now, having said that, for someone like me and Sandra, who are brand new, don't feel overwhelmed and don't panic about the fact that you haven't been posting in your group all day, every day. You need to do it gradually. And Christine, I've watched your posts. You're doing amazing. So you need to pat yourself seriously on the back for that, because it's hard to be absent and then come back to it and know how to do that. Like, do you shove a whole bunch of content in their faces, or do you and you're doing it perfectly. You're gradually building back up, and that's exactly what you need to do. So pat yourself on the back for that, Christine, because you're doing freaking awesome. So based on those questions, you need to think to yourself, what can you do differently? So I'm really bad at follow-up, which is absolutely ridiculous when I think about it, because I have a system. I have an amazing system for my follow-up, which I'm going to share with you ladies, but I'm thinking that my follow-up system is not great. So I don't want to share it until I tweak it, because if my follow-up system is good, I'd be following it and I'd be doing well at it. And it's not. I've got all this other stuff that I'm doing, and the follow-up is going to the side, which to me is the worst thing possible, because I pride myself on my customer service. Well, I can't pride myself on customer service if I'm not following up with my customers. So for me, number one thing on the list for me to fix and perfect is my follow-up, because if my customers don't hear from me for months on end, which several of them unfortunately haven't, even if they're in my customer group, it doesn't matter. They need to hear from me, not just my posts that are in my customer group. So a whole other training will be done on follow-up, because I'm going to tweak my system and throw that out there. So think about, what can you do differently? Don't blame yourself. Don't blame somebody else. Don't blame something for what's not working. Look at what's not working. Look at what you can do differently, and think about, what can I do differently? Don't worry about who to place blame on. It doesn't matter. That's like my follow-up system stuff. I can blame myself, and as soon as I blame myself, what's going to happen? Negative thoughts. I'm going to feel overwhelmed, and I'm never going to get to it, and I'm never going to get it done. So the most important thing for me to do is recognize my follow-up system sucks. I need to fix it. What are the steps that I'm going to take to fix it? No blame. Oh, my kids don't give me 5 minutes. No, you make time. So figure out what's not working, figure out what you can fix, and then make a plan on what you're going to do to fix it. And if you need help with that plan, that's what our team group is for. So do that. So that's, I mean, I can end, I'll end because we're going to do mindset and motivation. So I'm going to end the mindset part with not everybody buys into the universe or a higher being or a higher power or whatever. When I read The Secret, I don't read The Secret and think of God. I don't read The Secret and think of a higher power. I read The Secret and think of me and how I'm impacting me and my world. Okay. And the one big thing that I don't want you guys to feel that I'm preaching to you to read The Secret, but what I can tell you is what works for me. And what's worked for me is The Secret. I'm learning, because I'm going to constantly be learning. I'm learning about the law of attraction, bottom line, right? I'm learning how to attract good things to me. And if I'm constantly putting out negative, and I was a very negative person, if I'm constantly putting out negative, I'm going to get negative back. That's just the way it works. And if you look at your history, if you're an overly positive person, you are a pretty happy person, I guarantee it. And you've got someone from an iPad is here. Who's that? Kim Johnston. Hi. You're going to have to, Kim, you're going to have to watch from the beginning. I'm not going to recap. So you'll have to go back and watch the beginning. But hi, welcome. Glad you're here. Can you even hear me? Ha. She can't even hear me. Okay, I'm going to move on. Hi, Kim. So I don't want you guys to feel like I'm preaching for you guys to read this book, okay? But if you're stuck, you've got a negative mindset, that is a book that has worked for me. I actually just ordered the second one. I couldn't tell you which one it is. It's either Hero or Power or something. I've ordered that, and I'm going to, it's just more stories about how the law of attraction has worked and The Secret has worked. I mean, really, there's no secret. The secret is the law of attraction, right? So it isn't a secret anymore. But it's worked for lots of people. I'll give you one really quick tidbit, and then I'm going to move on. So when I first started reading The Secret back in, I think it was the end of February, and I was really reading it, I read where a lady had said that she had manifested money. She kept going to her mailbox. Every time she went to her mailbox, there was nothing but bills. Well, that happens for me. I hate my mailbox. I was not going to my mailbox maybe for 2-3 weeks at a time because all it was bills. Right? Nobody sends me happy mail. Nobody sends me, money. So I stopped going. So she said, you need to manifest it. You need to say to yourself every single day, I'm thankful and grateful for going to my mailbox and having cash in there instead of bills or on top of bills or whatever. So I said this, no word of a lie. I am not exaggerating. 2 weeks. And I didn't go to my mailbox for 2 weeks. So I went to my mailbox the second week, totally forgetting, because I hadn't said it to myself that morning, totally forgetting this mantra that I had in my head. I went to my mailbox and I pulled out this thing from an old loan company. So we canceled or paid off this loan like 10 years ago. Well, inside was a check for $112 because they had been audited, or I guess their company had audited, and they realized that they owed me $112 in interest that they didn't pay me when I paid off the loan. So I was standing at the mailbox and I'm looking at this and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? And then it dawns on me, right? Like I've been saying this. So from that moment on, I believe. But again, I'm not a big Christian person, guys. Like those of you that know me know that Christianity is not me. No. But I do believe, like if you feel that you need to pray to God to get this stuff, you go right ahead. You do whatever you need to do to make your life better. And that's the one thing that I have to say that I love about 31 is it's a faith-based company, not a Christian-based company, a faith-based. So anybody with any belief system can get what they need out of 31. And that's the same thing with The Secret. So enough about The Secret. All right. So motivation. This is my favorite thing. So I wish Carrie was here. So Carrie and I often talk about how we are both very different leaders. And one of the things that Carrie says about me is that one of my strengths is motivating people. I don't know where it comes from. I think it's just that I am absolutely in love with the idea of helping others. That's why I'm a child and youth worker, I think, right? Because I love to help families and kids. And so when I look at you guys, regardless of whether I know you personally or not, you're my sisters. You're people that I want to see do well, whether you have signed up under me or whether you've signed up under Carrie. It doesn't matter. Or under Carrie's team. So it doesn't matter. I motivate people. If you're part of Alicia's Rock Stars or Direct Sellers Rock group, I motivate people in there that I don't even know them. So it's just who I am. So if you feel like I'm constantly posting motivational videos and stuff like that, suck it up, because I'm not stopping. That's who I am. So
good.
Having said that, there's two things that kind of, oh my God, we're going to end in 10 minutes?
Talk fast.
The second link.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to warn you now that this is what happens. We only have 40 minutes free, and it really is only 30. So they say it's 40, but it's not. So I get 30 minutes free. So when my time is up, I will go back into the team group, and I will post the link for the new, I can get another 40 minutes or another 30 minutes. So I'll post the new link. You're welcome to come back and join, or you can watch the recording. So I'm going to keep going. So when you think of motivation and procrastination. So we look at procrastination, we look at overwhelmedness. There's two reasons for that. One is the mind clutter, right? And then the other is the physical clutter. So for me, my family does not understand that I cannot function in a messy house. I can't. Because when I walk into my house and my kitchen is a mess and my living room is a mess and the bathroom is a mess, but I come up to my office and my office is clean, they can't understand, well, you're working in your office is clean. So why does it matter what the rest of your house looks like? It does, because that's physical clutter, and I can't function with physical clutter. I just can't do it. So that's me. When you think about mind clutter is all that negative thoughts that you're putting into your brain, or it's all those tasks. So I think it was Rhonda and I, or maybe it was Julie and I, that were talking about our minds being, oh, actually, it might have been you and me, Christine. I'm not sure. Anyways, we were talking about the fact that you've got a whole list of stuff that has to get done. And if I was to show you guys my Asana right now, because that's where I keep all my tasks, there's 77 tasks in my Asana. So I can look at that and think to myself, oh my God, there's all this stuff to get done. And I bet you, Christine, you can relate to that, because you just started back into the business and now you've got all these things that you want to do. You've got all these great, amazing ideas and thoughts that you want to do. But that becomes mind clutter because you've got all this stuff. So I have a couple of strategies for you. And again, this is stuff that works for me. So I'm not telling you stuff that doesn't work or that I'm pulling out of a hat. I'm giving you things that work for me. So if there's things that work for you, I'd love for you to share them, because they might work for someone else too. So that would be great. So that's what I do. I start off my day and I look at my tasks. And let's say I've got a list of, wherever you keep your list, I have a list of 30 things that need to get done that day. And what I do is I look at that list and I pick 5 things. 5 things that are non-negotiable that must be done that day. And then the rest of it gets put aside. So I shouldn't say I do this every day. I do this every Sunday. So every Sunday I take a 90-minute block away from my family, whether it's when they've gone to bed or when Brent's taken them to the movies, because I'm not a big movie person right now, or whatever. And I take 90 minutes and I go through my list and I figure out what are the top things that must get done this week. What are the top things that have to get done Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I take that top stuff and I put it in my planner. Let's see if I can. So this is my planner, and I would take my top stuff, put it here, and then these are, you can, I just put whatever there. But my 5 top things go down on my piece of paper. And when you look at those 5 things, as opposed to the 30 things, it doesn't look so daunting. It doesn't look so overwhelming. And I really recommend that you do that. The second thing that I recommend, highly, highly recommend, is the planning. Hey, buddy. My daughter just snuck in here too. I kicked her out because she just go, yap, yap, yap. anyways, the other thing I suggest you do, and I've talked about this a gazillion times in the team group, but I'm not going to get into big detail, is your planning when you plan your calendar. First thing you plan is my me time. Rhonda.
Hello.
Spot here.
What?
Why is me time so important? It should be number one. Why?
Because when you take care of yourself, you can take care of everything else.
Yeah. So I think we can all agree, most of us, that when the mother is not at par and is not doing well, the home shuts down, or at least it goes to shit. Like, let's be honest, right? So meals aren't getting cooked, lunches aren't getting made, or the kids aren't being told to get their chores done or whatever. So when mom's down, the rest of the family is down. Even if you don't have kids at home and it's just you and your partner. I mean, I know Rhonda and I have talked about this. Even when she's not at par, neither's her husband. So we are the foundation. I don't care what anybody says, and it's not because we're women. It's because of who we are, right? I mean, maybe it is because we're women. I don't know, but we are the foundation. We are the foundation of our family. So when we're not good, we're not productive. Our family's not productive. Kids aren't productive. Everything goes to the wayside, and we get more overwhelmed. So number one thing that you should plan is your me time. I don't want you to think about your work. I don't want you to think about business. I don't want you to think about anything else. It's your me time. And your me time does not have to be going and getting your hair done. But it can't be Rhonda's husband's cooking. But it
Now he's getting ice from the fridge.
Oh, okay. I was doing something good. But yeah, so it can be anything like reading a book or going for a walk, going to coffee with your girlfriends, whatever. But me time comes first. Second is your partner time. So whoever your spouse is, your partner, you need to then be doing partner time. Again, I'm not going to get into this. I've done so many calls on it and posts. So if you go into the team group and you actually do a search for planning, you'll see a whole bunch of stuff come up because I preach this all the time. So me, family, me date time or spouse time, family, then your full-time job. Okay, so if you have a full-time job, that goes next. Then what goes after that is your party. When are you available to party? Are you available to party once a month? Are you available to party 4 times a month? Are you available to party 6 times a month? So that's the next key. And then everything else comes after. And when you do it, you can color code. So, well, I probably don't have the color coding. I don't have mine. Rhonda does. Push it more towards the screen, Rhonda. Okay, so I do green is my business because it means money.
Yeah.
Pink is my date nights. Okay,
that's me time
with my family or my husband. And date nights does not mean we go out for dinner. Date night means I go off my phone, he goes off his phone, and we actually talk to each other, which is pretty sad that I have to book that time, but that's the nature of my business and the nature of his gaming. So that's how it works. And then family time I have as a different color. My me time I have as a different color. So I can look at my calendar and go, whoa, Kyla, you've got hardly any me time in there. You need to check. Okay, so that's what you need to do is the planning. And I'm telling you, once you do the planning, everything else will feel a little bit less overwhelming, because you know that you're meeting the needs of all of those things and you're not just focusing on your business. And I think, or your family, one of the things that I find, especially as mothers, is we devote so much time to our kids and so much time to extracurricular activities and to everything that they're in, that we don't look at the fact that we're not getting any time for us and we're not getting any time with us. And if our relationship with our spouse isn't good, your relationship with your kids is going to be crappy too. Right? So it all kind of comes together. Okay, we're going to get cut off. I'm going to go put the other link in. Hopefully you'll come back. If you can't come back, that's okay. But I'm going to be posting this and the other one next. Okay, so I'll see you in the group, or I'll see you back here.
Okay.